वर्षा நம்ம ஹோஸ்ட் எஸ் மேடம் நான் ஸ்பீட் போட்டுருக்கேன் Okay, good morning, everybody. So I welcome you all for the one-day workshop on LaTeX organized by Department of Computer Science and supported by ACM India and IEEE student branch. And similarly, we have CSI student branch and Institution of Engineers as well as SSN Institution Innovation Cell. So they are supporting this program. And we'll be having 4 talks today. The first talk is handled by Dr. Kanchana Madam. She's from SSN, and the second talk is taken by Dr. Shirasuddin. She's from NIT Calicut. And the afternoon session we'll be discussing on problem sets where how you can type equations, images, right? All these things handled by Dr. Suresh from SSN. And the last session is handled by Dr. Valli Devi. She's also from SSN actually, right? So I welcome you all for the workshop and over to Kanchana Madam. Welcome, madam. Okay, nice.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Good morning, participants. I would like to share my presentation. Maybe I will share my screen. Is the screen visible?
It's visible.
Yeah. So today we are going to see a very useful tool for document preparation, LaTeX, and it will be very useful for creating the well-formatted documents, especially for preparing your research papers. In my lecture, I will be introducing the document classes, how to prepare the title of the document, and some basic formatting options available, and how do we insert images, comments, and reference papers in a document. All these we are going to see. See, hope everyone would have used some office like Word, OpenOffice, where whatever you are typing is the one you are going to use it. What you type is the final one. But whenever there is a change in the contents, every time you have to readjust and format it. Especially when you are submitting research papers, they have different formats or templates. So you need to prepare your contents according to the different formats as required by the forums, whether it is conference or journal. And also the format of the reference papers, what you refer in your manuscript will also vary. The requirements of a forum will vary. They may require IEEE format or ACM format or APA format, etc. So your contents need to be formatted according to the different requirements of the forum. And also when the document continuously changes, you don't have to format it again and again. Once you use LaTeX software, it is very easy for you to add more contents or delete more contents without affecting the format, because the formatting is programmed and it will be taken care of automatically. Now we will look at the different document classes. We have 4 document classes. There are many actually. I am only taking 4 which are very useful for preparing a research paper. So article, that is for ordinary documents. Report is for large organized documents like your thesis, PG thesis or a PhD thesis. This book is for a book chapter or a book by itself. And there is also a letter format for formal letters. So how do we write a document in LaTeX? First of all, you need to install the IDE for creating the document in LaTeX. So the most useful what I am using is Text Studio. TEX, Text Studio. So you can, it is freely available. You can all download Text Studio in your laptop. It is available for Windows as well as Linux. So you can download that. And the source documents, they have an extension .tex. This is a source document. When we compile this, we create the actual document. So you can see here, a document class is first defined. Whatever starts with slash, it is a command. So we have several options. Like the options are paper size, font size, all these are options. Like in Word, you would have selected all these from the drop-down menu. But here they are available as classes. So this is a document class and there is a style. What is a style? Style could be one of the four I told you before: article, report, letter, or book. And for this particular style, what are the options? Paper size A4, A3, etc. Font size 12, 14, all that. And many other options are available. If you are typing document class in Text Studio, you will get the format help. So you don't have to remember everything. The format help will be available. Just you click on that, the template will be available for you. Just you have to fill up the values. And then we have begin document, where you start writing the contents. And end document, that's the end of your contents. All the contents will be typed here. So what you want to type, this paper, you have to type here, this is a document. For that document, what is the style in which you want to format? Is it an article or report or letter or book you are specifying here? And what are the different formatting options like paper size, font style, all that you are representing here. And if at all you want to have a comment which does not appear as a content, you can give it like percentage, something you can have. Like when you type the contents, something you want to delete, you need not delete, just comment it, so that later if you need that content, you can remove the comment. I will show you the Text Studio. So this is the Text Studio. Is it visible? Participants?
Yes, madam, it's visible actually.
One of you can...
It's visible, madam. You can
participants, I want to hear from you. Anyone is available?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, visible, madam. It's visible.
It's visible, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So you can see here, there is a document class. So this is your Text Studio environment. You have two windows here. This left side window is for displaying the source document, and right side window is to display the contents, how it will look like when it is compiled. So I have taken one sample text. It's a text file. You can see here, sample1.txt. So there's a document class here. That's a starting. It's an article, and 12 point is the size of the font. So you can see here, begin document. End document is there. End document. So something available here, they're all commented. You can see comment is percentage. Now I'll show you. So just begin document. Just I write document 1. I have a tool here where you can see compile. It will only compile and tell some report some errors. You have build and view, means it will compile and it will show the contents. So it's preferable to do that. You can see right side, the content is document 1. So this is what we have done. Document class article. This is a test or some contents and it is appearing in the right side. Next, how do we have the title and author's name in the document? Any research paper, the title of the paper will be the first line followed by the name of the author. So you can see here, there is a class title. You can give the flower brace is the parameter for this class. So that will be formatted according to this class. So title, this is an example, author's name within flower brace. And then we have one class make title. This make title will take this title, author, and make the title in this format. So this is an example. It's center aligned. Name of the author. Date is not given. Actually, date will be taken from the system. But if you want to write the date, like your post date, the date of your submission or something like that, you have one class /date, and you can give a particular date. That is possible. So after make title, you have the contents. This is a test. So you see here, when you compile this, you have this way. So I'll show you that. So I already have typed it. So there is a title. You can see here. There is a title, sample document, and the author is given. What is this? I want to give affiliation of the author. So I want to type them in multiple lines. So this is the line break. Double slash is the next line, new line. So I have given 3 lines here, and then I have given the date also. I can give any date. Maybe I'm going to submit it on 10th April. I have given. Then you say make title. Now let us compile. So we have a shortcut here for build and view. You can see here, sample document, author name. You have the multiple lines, the department, college name, all that, and then the given date. Any questions here? So I actually made one mistake. Document 1 is written before make title. Actually, make title should be the first one. In any research paper, first the title, then only the contents. So if I do it correctly, you can see here the title, and then whatever contents you write here, it will come. Now, what will be the first part of your research paper? That will be an abstract. So how do we write the abstract? You can see here. So you have begin abstract and end abstract. We have two classes, begin abstract, end abstract, and we can write whatever contents here. See, the abstract and whatever contents you want, it's written over here. I'll write more because it doesn't give a feel of the abstract. Now you see, it is formatted automatically. You don't have to do anything. Any questions from the participants? Are you all with me? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So now there are very simple formatting tips. You can see what is this? No indent. This is for not giving any tab. And this I have told you, double slashes for new line. And this small, large, huge, this is for increasing the size. See, this is a small font. See, actually, you can specifically give the font size in the document class. I told you earlier. But while preparing the contents for certain title, you want to highlight that and make it a big font size. So there only for those words you can apply this class, large, huge. Then I will show you that. Then we can also have sections. After abstract, we will have introduction. So the section is introduction, and we can have some subsection under a section. So a subsection, we have paragraph, subsection, all that. When you use it, automatically the chapter numbers are added. You can see here 1.1. So if you have a subsection inside experiment, it will be 1.1.1. It will be 2. So I'll show you that. So you have an introduction section, and you have a subsection, you can see here introduction, subsection. So we will just put some contents for your so I'll add one more section. You see, proposed work. So the chapter number is automatically given 2. In the existing work, if I add one subsection, or I will add one more subsection, no problem. Scope. And under existing work, I add one subsection. Paper 1. So you can see under existing work, you have 1.1.1. Automatically it is numbered. And subsection is parallel to existing work. So existing work is 1.1 and scope is 1.2. So this numbering is automatically taken care of. Now, I would like to say here in existing work, I want to say as already explained in section 1. I want to say that. So, as explained in section, I want to refer to introduction section. So I want to say 1. But later, if I change the sections and if I hard code the number of the section, it will be a problem. You may add sections in between, subsections in between, etc. So instead of hard coding the name of the section, we can introduce something like label. So we can have let me have this to be more meaningful. I'll have in existing work, let me introduce one label. Label is giving some name, alias for the section. So whenever I type one class, you always have the template. I told you right before, the template is shown here and the format help is shown here. So when you double click on that, it is available for you. Now you can simply replace the key with label. So this is existing work. Literature. So give one label. Now I want to refer that existing work as explained in section. I want to refer. So the clause is refer. Refer, you see already you have the label lit. It's coming for you. So just click on that. If you define a label, when you type ref, it will give you all the labels defined. You have to simply select one from that. Blah, blah. You just have it here. And now let us see. See here. As explained in section 1.1. So this is literature. Literature is existing work. That is 1.1. Now I want to change this existing work, not under introduction. I want to put it as a second section. Normally, the literature will be in the second section. So I just remove this existing work, paper. I want to remove this and put it here. And this is a section now, not subsection. And this is paper 1 is subsection. Now still, see here, 1 is introduction. It's all changed now. 1.1 is scope. 2 is existing work. That's what I wanted. 2.1 is paper. Now in scope, I was referring to existing work. It was 1.1. Though I have changed the arrangement of sections, it has correctly taken the number. Section 2. So you can rearrange the sections, rearrange the contents, but the number is automatically taken care of. In Word, if you want to do it, everywhere, wherever you refer that section, you need to search for it and change. But here it is not so. And also see the formatting. It's formatting well in the next page, etc. The uniform formatting is applied to the entire document. So I told you this regarding the label. The next is how do we insert a figure? So for that, we have lot of library available with us, packages available with us. Graphic X is the package for facilitating a figure. So use that before the document. And wherever you want to insert a figure, you have a class begin figure, end figure. And your figure must be a PNG file or TIFF file or a PDF, whatever it is, it's not a problem. So just say within this scope, begin figure, end figure, you give include graphics and sample. Sample is the name of the file, the image file, .png, .tiff, whatever it is. And the option, this one is width is 2 inches, height is 2 inches. This is only optional. You want to have customized size, you can give it here. You don't know inch, you can use point, you can use centimeter. Whatever is comfortable to you, you can use it. Sometimes you don't give the width and height because sometimes if you are not mentioning the proper height and width, the image looks extended lengthwise or breadthwise. So whatever is the figure, you scale it down or scale it up. That is also possible. You have to simply say scale equal to 1.5. It will magnify. Scale equal to 0.5. It will shrink the figure. So that uniformly, breadthwise and lengthwise, the figure will be shrinked. And you want to give a caption for the figure. That's a caption class. So sample figure, you can see here, figure 1. This numbering is automatic. It is the order in which you insert the figures. For the first figure, it puts 1. For the second figure, 2. You just reorganize your document, move the figures here and there. It will adjust the numbers properly. And normally, whenever you insert a figure, you will refer the figure in the text. So in order to make reference easy, you add one label. Label I have already told you for section. Same thing here, you add a label to a image. So that in the text contents, you can refer this figure. But wherever you reorganize the figure, you move the number of the figure will be correctly referred in the contents. And before proceeding, I want to show some formatting options which I forgot earlier. See here, we have somewhere I want to have something like this. In the center of the document, I want to put some subtitle like test 1. So how do we do that? We have begin center, end center, and within that scope, you write test 1. So this class is to make the font size larger, and this class text BF boldface. This is to make it bold. See, something like this, capital. So it is in boldface in the center, and the font size is bigger. So you can see here in Text Studio, you have all environments available, styles available. See here, these are the font styles. So I want to give, I want to make something italicized. I can select that. So this is italicized. And see, I have applied italics. Font sizes, I showed you large. You have other options, tiny, script size, footnote, small, normal. See, this is capital, large, all capital, large, huge, huge. So these tiny is smallest and huge is the biggest. Apart from this standard sizes, you can also specify your own size in inches or centimeter. Similarly, you have font styles. We have, I've shown you boldface and italics. Other than that, emphasis in the, while typing some contents, some keyword you want to emphasize. So you can use this. And small cap, all these are available in Word, you know that. Typewriter, sans serif, underline, all these are possible. If you just click on this, the style will be available in the content, and you have to type what you want in that style. So you have sectioning, you have, I've shown you section, subsection, subsection. Apart from that, you have paragraph, subparagraph, all these. Just you can try your hands on this. And we have some environments. I showed you center. Apart from that, we have table environment, figure also I have shown you. So we can have a table also. Begin, end table. We can create a table. I have a separate example for that. So quotation, quotes, you can introduce. All these are environments. And we have specifically some list environments, itemize. This is bullet. In in Word, you would have used bullet. You would have used 1, 2, 3 list. That is enumeration here. So I'll show you one itemize. See, I have already typed it. So you have itemized, item, first bullet, second bullet, third bullet. See here, 1, 2, 3. So we have an environment for equation. How do you type an equation? See here. So we have begin equation, end equation. And this you have to learn the options available. I'll just run it and then explain. See here. This underscore. This underscore is for subscript. You can see here, subscript. And the caret symbol is for superscript. Caret symbol. It's not there. Okay. So this, I want to have this gamma. So it's available. Gamma is available. And this is subscript. You can see here, gamma subscript n. That's why. And I want to have a fraction 1 by root of Sn. So I want to have basically a fraction here. So we have slash frac. And then the numerator is 1. You see here. See, actually, when I type this, you get the format help and the template. You can see here numerator, denominator. So numerator is 1 and denominator is root Sn. So I have square root of S and underscore. Underscore is for subscript n. So you can see here square root of Sn. So this till here it is 1 by root Sn. Like this, see, we have then g into another fraction. So g into another fraction t minus pn by Sn, t minus p. So this is subscript and this is numerator and denominator, both are given. And then we have what is this left? See, I will show you the exponent. So you can see there is a left, right, all these are available. So pi is available, pi, you have a math symbol, and we have Fn subscript. So just a lot of things are available. You can just go through it. And as usual, I have given a label so that in the text, I can refer that. Wherever I see the equation is given a number, in the text, wherever we want to refer, I can refer the text, equation. Now coming to the table. So we have seen some formatting options. We have seen how to insert sections, subsections, and how to give numberings for sections. And we have seen the environments, list environments, how to insert an image. Now how to insert a table. You can see here, begin table is the environment for table. So in the table, you can have centering, or you can have left alignment, right alignment, etc. All are your options. How the table should be positioned, you need to decide. So we have a tabular environment to specify the format for the different columns. See, begin tabular. This is the environment for defining the format of columns. So you can see here, this is the format of the columns. How many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. And what is the C? The contents must be centered. 5 columns. The content must be centered. And what is a line in between? That indicates different columns. And H line. This clause is used to give a horizontal line. You can see after each value, you have to give a horizontal line. Okay. So now the first row is method. And what is this and? And is the column separator. So first column method, second column group. You can see here normal, abnormal, total. After total, I want to put a horizontal line. So horizontal line. And what is this? New line. Then horizontal line. The next row we have LR. LR is given here. The next is normal 40, 11, 51. Then you see there is no horizontal line here. It is only new line. And the next row you can see here after 51 there is no horizontal line. And next row under method I don't want to write anything. Under group I want to say abnormal. See here first column there is no content. And second column the row is abnormal. And 17, 22, 39, then new line, horizontal line. So you can see after 39, there is a horizontal line. Similarly, the next two. So this is coming in tabular. This is for the contents. And for the table, we have the centering option. So the table is positioned in the center. And for the table, we have the caption. So you can see here, sample table. This is the only table, so 1. As I told you for the figure, you can give any you can move the table anywhere. But because the label is given, you can refer it simply with the label and automatically the numbers will be changed. I'll show you one table. You can see this is a table and I have put centering. I have given LLR. So that line is missing. You can see here there is no line. I want to put a column line, then I should give here line. So in this table, there is no column line. See here, I want to this item, I want to span it for 2 columns. For animal and description, I want to have this item. In which case, I can use multi-column. One title, I want to have it for 2 columns. So multi-column, how many columns? 2 columns. Sorry. How many columns? 2 columns. And how do you want to display the title? In center. And what is the title? Item. So this is the first row. So we have given LLR. In earlier I showed you C. C is for center. LLR is L is left, R is right. So the first column, it is aligned left. Second column is also aligned left, description. And price column, you can say aligned right. And what is the first row? First row is I am combining multi-column. 2 columns I am combining. That is this animal column, description column I am combining and writing the item in the center. So that's displayed. And then what is the C line? This is center line 1 to 2. I want to give a center line only for 2 columns. So you can see if it is a horizontal line, the line will be for the entire table. But here I want to give a center line only for 1 and 2. So it's giving 1, 2. And then the second row is animal description price. That is the title of the columns. It's coming here. And then I'm saying horizontal line. You can see horizontal line is for the entire width of the table. And then I'm giving all these contents. If I want horizontal line, I would have given horizontal H line. Here there's nothing. I'm giving only after the last content, I'm giving horizontal line. So it's coming like this. So caption is there, label is there, table. Any questions here? See, just the session is being recorded. Later you install Text Studio, and with the help of this video, you please do by yourself. I will also give my presentation. I'll give some guides like manuals for LaTeX, and also the sample file 1 or 2 I will give you. To start with, you can use sample files, and later you can create your own contents. Then it will be very clear. So the next topic is how to add references in the document. So in a reference paper, whatever you want to add, title, affiliation, author name, affiliation, abstract, then introduction, lot of sections. And in sections, you may add a equation, you may have a image, you may have a table. All these I have told you. After conclusion, you may have give the references. Now, how do we add the references? See here, there is a document article. It's a begin document. And here you see, begin the bibliography. N, the bibliography. This is the environment. And what are the items, bib items? You have the author name and the title of the paper. And there is a label, WF. So in the content of the document, somewhere you can cite this paper. So cite, you cite it using the label. So you see, my mother is a fish, that's a content. And you are citing a document. That one is automatically numbered. In the references, because I have given the bibliography environment, what is this 99? I'm going to give 99 papers in this references, maximum. So the first paper is bib item, the label is WF. Why the label is given? Only to cite or refer. And see here, this William, this author name is appearing as such. Or whatever reference you want to write, you can write as such here. That's it. This is one way of adding the references. Add the references in line in the document. Because we are using this reference or citations, we need to compile the bibliography separately and then recompile the main document. So first pass, you compile the main document followed by the bibliography, and second time to resolve the references, you compile the main document once again. So 2 passes, sometimes 3, 4 passes are required to have the correct citations. I'll show you that. So the bibliography, I have added one bib item. So you can see references. So you see there is a bibliography F8. So first you have to compile F6 and then you have to compile F8. Then this is only compiling the bibliography. Then once again you have to compile this. Only then the numbers will be cited properly. While doing this, what is the problem? If you are a research scholar, you will be referring, say, 50 papers. You would have collected some 100 papers. For the first research paper, you may be referring some 20 papers from that 100, your collection. For another paper, you may use some 15 of them, out of which some 5 are repeated. It is possible. Even if you are a ME student, across reviews, review 2, review 3, you may be referring something you referred in review 1. So if you use this method in every review document or report, you have to copy those reference papers in each text document. Instead, what we can do is, and also one more problem is, if you are submitting your research paper to different forums, they may ask different formats. Someone may ask IEEE format for reference papers. Someone may ask APA format. Someone may ask the papers to be listed in the order in which it is referred. Someone will ask alphabetical order of the paper. You get my point. The reference papers must be arranged in the alphabetical order of the last name of the first authors. Or some forums may require the references to be organized in the way in which or in the order in which it is referred. So all these cannot be done using this way of bibliography style. The bibliography environment, we have one more where we create a database of references. I'll show you that. This method is difficult to reuse. So BibTeX process. This is the second most advanced method, and it is very, very easy and it is very flexible. If you create a database of your reference papers in whichever document, in your journal paper, in your conference paper, in your synopsis, or in your thesis document, wherever you want to cite any of these reference papers, you can simply pick it up from the database. Now, for this, the procedure is create a BibTeX file with reference entries. I'll show you that. All these are automatic. Your job is only to create a BibTeX file, and the remaining will be happening by default automatically. I'll show you one bib file. Is it visible? Bib file. Participants, are you there? I'm not getting you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. It is visible.
Visible. So you can see here, it is a book. So at is the starting of any entry, database entry. This is a paper. So what is the type of the reference? You have book, tech report, master thesis, PhD thesis, etc. Very common one is article. You can say for book I will explain. So for book we have the label. This is the label with which you are going to refer or cite. Then you have author name equal to, within quotes, author name, title. See, you are actually in the first example, that is first method, you are giving the entire reference in their bibliography environment. But in the second method, you are giving the parts of the reference paper, like author separately, title separately, volume, year, the page number, journal or conference name. If it is a edited book, who is the editor? All these components, you are giving it separately so that it is easy for the system to format the paper in whatever way you want. That is the simplicity. So this is the title, year. You can see one article, the author, title, journal, year, pages. This is a edited book. So the editor is also given. Yes.
Ma'am, shall we open a separate window for bibliography or the same?
No, this is a text file. Is it visible? MyBib notepad file is visible or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your doubt?
We will work on the same page, or shall we open a new window for bibliography?
It's not a window. For see, first of all, you need to create a database of your reference papers. For that, you need to type this as a text. This is a text file. See, this is notepad. All your reference papers, you need to type only once like this. In this format, you need to type. Are you getting my point? I will show you how to use this in your document. I will show you. So once you are writing like this, now get into Text Studio. Yeah, see here, this is one document, title, sample document, author. Now in the existing work, we normally refer to the papers. Yeah, this is the first method. Have sample 2. Yeah, sample 2. So this is for existing work. See here, it's the author name. Then I am citing. So what is this keyword? Beery. This is the keyword what I have used in the database, bib file. And how do I add that bibliography? This is the class / bibliography mybib. This is the name of the file what I have created. Mybib.bib. Bib is the extension, BIB. So it should be available in the same folder where you are having this text file, TX text file. And what is the style? Bibliography style. There are lots of styles. I will be sharing a manual for you. I have shown you unsort. Means first I am referring to BD 1. This paper should appear first. Second, I am referring, see, Montagut paper, that should appear as the second one. See, when I move over the cursor, the paper is coming to you. You can see here. This is what I have typed in the database, which is bib file, BIB. So BD1, see, this is what I have typed there. Already I have resolved the references. For the first time, it will not come to you. First time, you have to compile 2 times or 3 times until it resolves all the references. Then it's all easy. Now you see. So existing work, BD. So from MyBib, it has taken that paper and it is referred here. The second paper is Montagut. 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are appearing here. Is this clear? If I make this unsort as alphabetical order. If some forum asks for alphabetical order, simply change this, nothing else. Simply change this and recompile. Yeah, now you got it. So this B, H, L, M, it is in the alphabetical order. It is in the alphabetical order. You don't have to change anything. Participants, do you have any doubts here? See, in this document, see here the bibliography, where I am just typing the entire paper. The entire paper. The next big item, the entire paper. And what is this Peng? This is my label. So I'm referring to say site Peng. See here, the reference is given here and the citation is here. This is the first method. What is the problem here? If the forum requires some other style, it is not possible. I have to come here and change the style here. That is, I have given the complete name. See here, there is no uniformity also. Here, last initial is given, here initial is expanded. So I may not enter the paper in a proper format. But if you go for the second method, you just give the entire citation in the database, and in whatever format or style you want, you can do it. And is it very difficult to create the database? I have to separate it out? No. You just go to IEEE Explore or ACM, wherever when you download the paper, you can also download the citation. And it will ask for the format. What is the format? Citation format. You just have to take BIB format. You just have to say BIB format. Then you will get the entire, like how I showed you. This one. This will, the entire thing you will get it. Only thing is you have to change this label in whatever easily you need to easily remember the author. So you can give some people give paper 1, paper 2. That is not easy to remember. So what I follow is I remember the papers by author name or some keywords. So that itself I give it as a label, so that it is easy for me to cite that paper. So you don't have to type this. Every paper reference, you don't have to type. You just download the BIB format, citation BIB format from the website. Same thing you copy here. So while preparing a document in LaTeX, right from writing the title till the reference papers, I have given you some idea. It's only introduction. There are a lot more options available. This is only a starting point. Now you can explore more depending on your requirements, how your document should appear, where you want to place what. Depending on your requirement, you can always use the manual and format it. It's very flexible. Any questions now? Participants, you are all very quiet.
And the procedure is same for inserting our own photos for thesis.
yes.
submission.
Yes. It doesn't differentiate your photo or my photo. It should be a PNG file. That's it. PNG or TIFF, whatever it is, whatever the format is. Use that environment, include graphic. There are a lot more advanced features. What I have shown you today in this 1 hour is the very basic features with which you can start creating a basic document in LaTeX. There are a lot more options which will make your typesetting process very, very simple. Any other doubts? Okay, then I wish you all the best. Most of your research scholars are ME students. You can use LaTeX, start using LaTeX. You will enjoy. You will notice that lot of formatting problems you had. The lot of time you would have spent in formatting the document whenever there is a change. The things are not present in LaTeX option. So start preparing your research documents in LaTeX and simplify your job. Thank you. I thank the organizers for inviting me to give this lecture.
Thank you, madam. It
Ma'am,
was,
can we get the recorded copy of this session, sir?
yes, we will share it actually.
Thank you, sir.
Right. So thank you, madam. It was a nice presentation, madam. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll have a tea break and we'll join for a 10:30 session. It will be handled by Dr. Shirasuddin. He'll be connecting from NIT Calicut. And as madam told, we are in the current age. What you see is what you get in Word and something actually. But whereas this was developed in 1978 by Donald Knuth actually, right? It was during the period what you see is not what you get actually. So it was a wonderful typesetting tool, and it was developed by Donald Knuth actually. I hope you know he has written a book volume for art of programming actually. Right. So we'll continue with how to prepare a document further, right? Further features will be discussed by Dr. Shirasuddin actually. So we'll join for a 10:30 session actually. You can have a break actually. Thank you, madam.